what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna quickly learn how to identify the fake Jordan 4 Undefeated. This is courtesy of the authentication guru, so thanks to him I was able to just recap this and just give you like a quicker way to like identify this. Now the first thing you want to look at is obviously the color. If you look, the fake one appears to be of a different color of olive. It's more like dark, you know, because it has like a darker shade compared to the lighter, more glaring pair on the authentic. All right, you can see this is like lighter shade, this is like a darker. So let's move on to the next thing here. Now the toe here, now the fake one is underscaled, so it's underscaled, which means it's smaller, but they're both size 12. If you look now, this appears to be a bulkier toe on the authentic, and on the fake one is a slicker one, right? This is usually the opposite, but in this case, since the fake one is smaller, this is gonna happen, it's bound to happen. If you also look at the caging here, now if you look at this caging here, there's a gap here, there's a gutter here. You can see the spacing on the fake. On the authentic, it's almost adjacent to the edge, to the overlay. It's adjacent, and then on the fake one is not adjacent, there's a gap here. These are things that you need to look for, little details. Next thing is the toe again. If you look, on the fake one, the toe is darker, of a darker shade, and the authentic is of a lighter shade. This is easy to see. And if you also look at the spacing between the eye stay, right? Now, the laces are placed the same way, so this is wider on the fake one and smaller, and the more parallel line here is almost like opening up. So this gap is not the same between both pairs. On the authentic, again, is a smaller space. On the fake one is a wider space. Let's move on to the next thing, the tongue. Now, this is always a problem with most tongues on the fake ones, okay? So if you look at the lining here, the lining sits really like under the rim, okay, under the trim on the authentic. It usually happens on most authentic pairs, but on the fake one you can see that it sits over it. It's almost like over or on the same lines. They are collinear. This is always something that you need to look for when it comes to like tongue liners. All right, and now even though the guys switch the Jumpman position, the orientation doesn't matter, because if you look at the spacing between the legs on the authentic, the space is wider, forming like a wider V. On the fake one, the space is smaller. This is, again, those are little details. And the next thing we're going to look at, oh, I think I got to go back. Hold on a second. If you also look at the air unit, this is again another big one that you need to look at. If you look at the fake one, right, there's like 3 internal posts in there, right? But they are not evenly distributed. So this one is further, it sits further out. It's almost like at the edge. But the authentic, you see the 3 columns, they are like evenly placed. This is stuff that you need to look for. Look at this post here. It's like there's a space here. You don't see that on the authentic. Okay. Next, the back side. Let me minimize the picture so you can see that better. Again, the fake one is underscaled. So this is why if you look at the edges of the Nike, it almost touches the edges of the overlays here, right? You can see that. Now on the authentic, you see there's like spacing at the margins. Okay. You have the spacing here, and if you also look at the leather cut, it sits higher on the fake one and lower on the authentic. You can see how much. This is why I put that yellow line here to show you that. And the last thing we're going to look at is the box. Box is always a telltale. If you look at it, now this gray here is not the same color. This gray is like a warmer gray. This is like a silver gray here. And if you also look at the Jumpman is almost white and gray on the authentic, and then red on the fake one, on the fake box. And if you look at the tally bars are like of a lighter shade of gray on the authentic and a darker shade of gray on the fake one. So this is it, guys. If you want, you can actually go on my website. Let me show you my website here. I've actually written an entire article showing you how to get that. So you can go on the website and read the entire article if you have time to do that. And if you want to buy authentic pairs, I'm also providing a way for you to get that on eBay or StockX if you want. Hey, by the way, I've also shared an article on how to identify the fake Air Jordan 1 High shattered backboard. So this is also a shoe that's out. The fake ones are out, and the shoe's gonna come out on the 23rd. So you definitely want to check this out, okay? Again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff.